Richest African man in the world. What is he spending his money on? So I didn't even know who this guy was until Burna Boy made a song using his last name. You know the tune? No, you don't. Dangote, Dangote. Big tune. Yeah, big up Burna Boy. I went and researched his last name and I was like, raw, this guy's worth 12 billion pounds.
The richest man in Africa. Forbes lists this guy's net worth at $12.1 billion. 12 billion. That puts him in the top 200 on the richest list of people in the world. 191 he comes in at, last time we checked.
Aliko Dangote. If I'm saying his name wrong, please correct me. Africa's richest person, founded and chairs Dangote Cement, the continent's largest cement producer. He owns 85% of publicly traded...
Did you get that as well? Not country, the continent.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Of course, he's $12 billion. He owns 85% of publicly traded Dangote Cement through a holding company. Dangote Cement produces 45.6 million metric tons annually and has operations in 10 countries across Africa.
He borrowed $3,000, 3 bags from his uncle when he was a youngster, 21 I believe, to start his business. He paid that loan back in 3 months. Mad. 3 months and went on to bigger things from there. When we're talking about Dangote, the key things you need to know, right? 4 areas of business which this guy's in, and these should tell you everything you need to know. He's in cement, he's in salt, he's in sugar, and he's getting into oil. You cannot build, eat, or drive in the continent without this guy knowing about it. That's how he's got 12.1 billion in the bank.
Where does he live? So obviously when we do these, we always like to talk about where these people of high net worths are laying their heads.
This guy's yard is, first of all, it's in Abuja, right? It is beautiful looking. Nigeria is home to some absolute mad houses, you know? Yeah. And it's no different for Dangote. What do you expect? He's the richest man walking the continent.
I don't have any holiday home anywhere, he says. I don't have a house anywhere, but I know people who are working for me. They have houses in London.
But you see a lot of people, even the younger ones, we need to be very careful because Dangote says here, one of the biggest issues with us Africans, meaning that's himself speaking, is that we spend our projected income. That is a quote that comes from an interview where people just wanted to see around his house. This guy took the opportunity to say, you can come look around the palace. Of course you can, here's the living room. But while we're doing that, let me point out to you why my mindset is different to a lot of people out there.
This is said to be the $30 million home of Africa's richest man's home, Dangote, according to Africa Cradle, who were given access to the mansion situated in Abuja. Now you look at the outside of this yard, yeah? Clean. Look at the inside, it looks like a hotel lobby.
Of his living room, he said television is an invention that permits you to be entertained in your living room by people you have in your home. I love watching television. This tour is great because he's walking around, they're trying to get all this insight into how much you spend on that, and he's just walking around going, that's a TV that you can be entertained by people that don't live with you. He's just dropping wisdom and definitions on the go. His bedroom is like, even the view, you can see the horizon look of the view out the window is beautiful. He says that him and his wife like to keep it very quiet and serene.
Aliko Dangote private jets. It's common for billionaires to acquire jets for personal use, so does the richest man in Africa. And you look at the jet here, and you look at the people around him, they're living life. They just look like Mandem. Look at this picture, they just look like Mandem. Just Mandem on a private jet.
Aliko Dangote bought a private aircraft named Bombardier's Global Express XRS. You know, it's just words, just chucking words. Bombardier Express, they'll do. He bought it for his 53rd birthday for $45 million.
Moving on from jets now, let's talk about his yachts. He owns the N13 billion yacht. The president of Dangote Group owns a luxury yacht which he bought for a mouth-watering, wait for it, $43 million.
But what I will say, considering when we've done a video about the biggest yachts going, this is a beautiful looking yacht. The guy knows how to travel. Fair play to him.
Charity and philanthropic work.
He's a founding member of the National Peace Committee, headed by former head of state, General Abdul Salami Abu Bakr.
Has so far donated more than 150 fully equipped operational vehicles to the Nigerian police force, so he's aiding the feds them.
Have also supplied Lagos and Ogun Security Trust Fund with a combined donation of 60 fully kitted patrol vehicles.
Just throwing wheels at people. Aliko Dangote Foundation, or the ADF, has made a visible mark in the educational sector, being responsible for the biggest private sector intervention in the country. He's helping out the feds them, yeah, and the armed forces and that, and he's helping out the children. What more do you want from a philanthropist?
ADF has been at the forefront of campaigning against polio and malaria in Nigeria and Africa, so the continent we're talking, for over a decade. Aliko Dangote Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation joined forces with governments, both federal and state, to see that polio was eradicated in Nigeria. So when we're talking about medical work, he's on that too.
Now, if I had money, this is the sort of thing that I'd be doing. If I had this level of money, you've got to do what you can to benefit the people who are in lesser situations than yourself in the country of your origin, in my opinion.
He's been awarded Nigeria's second highest honour of the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger. He was named Forbes Africa Person of the Year 2014. For 6 consecutive years, Forbes listed him as the most powerful man in Africa. Accolades on accolades. Dangote is like up there.